For decades, Al Cleinman has been a student of the business of optometry. As a consultant, he's been instrumental in the development of some of North America's most successful optometry practices. Each week, he addresses timely topics to help optometrists build and improve. And now, here's Al with his insights on the business of eye care.
My bride and I own a large property that contains a forest that's been neglected for many years. Being an organized individual, I'm a bit obsessed with making it pristine. Ours has hundreds of dead and downed trees, and since I was a boy, I've enjoyed cutting and splitting wood. I don't burn much wood, so I supply my son who does. Each year, I make it a goal to cut and split his season's requirement. That's 10 full cords of wood. For the uninitiated, that's a stack of wood 4 feet high, 4 feet deep, and 80 feet long. That's a lot of wood, and I'm thankful for the exercise that it requires. It might surprise you that I own 5 chainsaws. Indeed, I have them in multiple sizes and for multiple uses. I have one on a pole to trim limbs above my head. I have one with a long bar and a chain for really big trees. I have one that's light enough to pick up with one finger. I even have a battery-powered one that my wife sometimes uses. Cutting cordwood is not for the meek. In my case, it requires cutting down trees or recovering those that are already down. It takes a tractor to haul the wood out of the forest. It requires a wood splitter to turn the buck logs into usable firewood. As I began this year's quest, I struggled with my saws. They just didn't seem to be cutting as they should. I tried multiple saws with the same result. My chains were sharp, but they also seemed worn. It wasn't the saw, even though the chains were sharp. It was that the cutting surface of my chains had been so reduced by multiple sharpenings that the chains were no longer effective. Stephen Covey famously says, "Take time to sharpen the saw." What he means is that we need to step back and think about what we're doing and how we're doing it. Which brings me to the point of this week's message. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, the tool that you're using simply no longer works. Sometimes you must change the tool you're using and the way you use it. In my example, I'd sharpened the old chains into a state of ineffectiveness. It was time to buy new ones. For an optometrist, most of your work time is spent in the back, in the dark, working one-on-one with a patient. Many of you have been doing so for decades. Sure, you take the required CE to maintain your license, but do you really invest the time necessary to think about the tools that you're using in new ways? Are you using the same system to recruit, to process insurance, to market, to motivate? Do you invest the time necessary to sharpen your personal saw? Ours is an industry changing at warp speed. Technology is rapidly evolving, and along with it, so moves the profession. If you're not constantly looking at your strategies, your organization, your processes, and your technology, you're falling behind. Indeed, just as with my chainsaws, the result was that you're likely working harder than necessary. At Cleinman Performance Partners, we've spent the past 3.5 decades looking ahead for our clients. And for the past 25 years, our Cleinman Performance Network partner practices have consistently outperformed the industry and led happier, more productive lives. Why? Because our network partners are better prepared to address both the problems and the opportunities that rapid change delivers. If you'd like to better understand the tools that we have available for you, tools to improve your business and your life, we have an opportunity for you to experience a Cleinman Performance Network meeting. Vendor partners may sponsor your experience, including tuition and travel costs. Call us today to explore this opportunity. Invest the time to sharpen your saw.
We hope you enjoyed Al's message. At Cleinman Performance Partners, our team is dedicated to transforming lives through recognized and realized possibilities. We have resources in nearly every aspect of the business of optometry and the experience to help you get where you want to go faster and easier. If you would like to explore your possibilities or challenges, contact us today at Cleinman.com. We're here to help.